If you're looking for a unique, once-in-a-lifetime honeymoon destination, then an African safari is the choice for you. Not only are there tons of options, but you'll also have the adventure of a lifetime. All in all, there are many African safari honeymoon destinations that you will love. However, booking a honeymoon isn't as fun as going on the honeymoon. Because you're married now, you don't have to travel alone, but it also doubles everything. In order to make your choices a little easier, here is a complete list of things you should definitely know before setting off on your African safari honeymoon. How much is an African safari honeymoon? Budgeting for your honeymoon is extremely important. Not only should you know far in advance how much everything should cost, but you should also know what you can expect for that money. There are different prices for different types of African safari honeymoon options. There are ways to travel in style without spending a fortune, however, African safaris are not cheap. Here are a few examples of cost, as well as what you can expect on your trip. $800 to $1,000 per person, per night. When it comes to average costs, this is about where you will end up with a typical safari camp. Though you may be in a less extravagant country, the safari camps and resorts are anything but underdeveloped. This price is an average estimate which includes food, accommodations, tours, etc. $4,000 to $6,000 per person for the entire trip. This is an excellent price for a tour company. The costs in this type of deal include accommodations at a lodge, or tented camp, as well as food, plane tickets, transportation, etc. $7,000 to $10,000 plus per person for the entire trip. If you only travel in luxury, or are looking to spoil your spouse on your African safari honeymoon, then this is your price range. All in all, it will come with all of the modern luxuries, with beautiful African scenery and wildlife included. Some of these private lodges and luxury resorts are even located on wildlife reserves. Meaning you can wake up and see elephants, rhinoceroses, as well as lions and ostriches just outside your window. Because it is based on your budget, the package of your choosing with the tour company, and length of stay, prices will vary. Choose something that will fit your budget, as well as your personality. Which country is best for African safari honeymoon? There are so many options when it comes to choosing which country to spend your African safari honeymoon in. However, there are a few countries that are more popular than others. Here is a list of the best countries for your African safari. Botswana, Kenya, Tanzania, Namibia, South Africa, Mozambique, Rwanda, Uganda. Out of that list, Kenya, Tanzania, as well as Botswana are considered to be the most popular African safari honeymoon destinations. Botswana. Botswana offers high-quality safari tours, as well as luxury lodges and tented camps. Because there is a low-density tourism rule, a few safari camps have access to thousands of acres of pristine wildlife lands. Not to mention access to most national parks. Your safari here wouldn't be complete without seeing some spectacular wildlife. Leopards, elephants, as well as rhinoceros and black-maned lions. You'll see rivers with hippos, wild African dogs, migrating zebra, as well as a large assortment of colorful birds and more. Here are a few of the main places you can have your African safari honeymoon in Botswana. Chobe National Park to have a romantic evening at the Sanctuary Chobe Chilwaro Lodge. Enjoy a couple's massage at the and Beyond Chobe under canvas. Moremi Game Reserve to see animals and experience adventures together. Okavango Delta for a romantic canoeing experience and more. Botswana is an amazing place to have your honeymoon. Whether you get to explore the lands of the Bushmen, or see the brilliant wildlife, this is an amazing country for your safari. Kenya. Kenya offers the traditional safari experience, plus so much more. Because of the large game reserves, like Masai Mara Game Reserve, Kenya is a stunningly beautiful place for you to have your honeymoon. An African safari honeymoon in Kenya could get you up close and personal with big cats like lions, zebras, as well as other amazing wildlife. You can also take a romantic boat ride on Lake Nakuru. Not to mention see flamingos, as well as Amboseli National Park. In Amboseli, your African safari honeymoon would include stunning views of Mount Kilimanjaro in neighboring Tanzania. Tsavo National Parks, as well as Samburu Game Reserve are also amazing places to safari. The two national parks that make up Tsavo are more remote than your typical safari location. There you can find giraffe, cheetahs, as well as lions and gazelles and oryx. In Samburu Game Reserve you will find the typical African wildlife, but you can also opt for a camel safari. The camel safari as a couple is a fun, romantic, as well as adventurous way to start your marriage. Tanzania. Not only is Tanzania home to Mount Kilimanjaro, Zanzibar, but also to the legendary Serengeti. If you are looking for the quintessential African safari honeymoon, this going to Tanzania is your best choice. Serengeti National Park is a famous wilderness, home to so many incredible species. Bushtops Camp is an extremely romantic place to lay your head after a fun day together on safari. While still in Tanzania, the Ngorongoro crater in the Ngorongoro Conservation Area is home to some iconic views. In Zanzibar, you can stay on the incredibly lovely coast at Nungwi. Take a day or two from your safari to bask on the beach. Not to mention take romantic strolls along the stunning white sand beaches. Lake Manyara National Park will have you watching lions climb trees, as well as a large variety of birds, and other spectacular animals. Not only that, but you can also go on canoe safari, or a night game drive. Tanzania has so much to offer as far as African safari honeymoons go. Find the lap of luxury within the sprawling wildlife of this beautiful country. How far in advance should I book an African safari? An excellent rule to remember when booking an African safari is that you should commit to the holiday at least a year in advance. This is primarily because space on safari tours is quite limited. Not to mention the more exclusive, luxury lodges are booked out for a while. Not only will booking a year in advance help with your odds of finding a place on the tour, but it can also help you start saving up for the trip as well. What is the best season for a safari? Because of the climate of the areas where African safari honeymoons are most popular, you can choose to visit nearly year-round. However, the best overall time to visit is during the dry season. All things considered, visiting in the dry season means that you'll be able to find wildlife easily near water. Just be certain to stay safe and follow certain tips when on a wildlife holiday. The dry season starts in late June, and typically ends in October. Additionally, the busiest months are September, October, as well as April and March. Start planning your African safari honeymoon now. Planning your honeymoon doesn't have to be a pain. If you want to take an African safari honeymoon, you now have all the information you need to get started with your plans. Remember to relax, have fun, and enjoy your time with your special someone. Do you want to learn more about awesome travel destinations worldwide and travel hacks? Subscribe for more videos like this. Oh, and don't forget to smash the like button if you like it and share your travel experiences in the comments below.